All right, just a quick video on my way into town. Share a quick thought. I had three things that, in my opinion, don't belong in a rental house, specifically Section 8 rental property. And this is years of experience. This is just my personal opinion. I think they'll save you a lot of money. But getting straight into it, not to waste your time, the first thing is storage sheds. I can't tell you how many times, if there's a storage shed at a property, obviously we always leave it. You want to just have it as a plus for the tenant. But so many times what happens is you and your team end up emptying out all the extra junk in the storage shed each time. And that's just my experience. They get torn up, doors come off, sides come off. It's just a problem. It's something that has to be maintained. It's something that needs additional attention. It's something that doesn't get cared for. So it's an afterthought for most people. And in the Section 8 community, a lot of times that storage may be used, but they just assume leave the materials in it or leave you with a bunch of junk. So you're, carrying a load or two off to the dump, or paying somebody to take care of it. It's just not necessary. So don't install new storage sheds and don't have them on your property. A matter of fact, what prompted this video was a house we bought had a nice new storage shed on it. And my first thought was, it's got to go. And we were able to sell it for a profit because it came with the property. And we were able to sell it, get it moved off of our property, and not deal with the headaches. I mean, quite honestly, we had to remove a few items from it just so the new owner would take it. But that eliminates that need. Number 2 on that list, and this again is just from my personal experience, personal opinion, is dishwashers. It's an item that's just not necessary, and that's really the theme of all of this is you don't want these unnecessary expenses. It's not required for a house to have a dishwasher. It's not required for, them to clean their dishes. It's not required for anybody. Is it a luxury? Yes. But they tear up. The doors tear up. The motors wear out. I've even seen extremes. Fortunately not on my property, but I've seen extremes where rats have eaten into them to get to the water. It's just something that causes problems. It's a potential leak issue. It's a potential flood issue. It's a potential problem. And that's the theme of this video, is just eliminating these problems, especially in a Section 8 environment. It's not an essential. The third item that's on my list, and I've learned the hard way. I used to do these when I first started. We'd go through rehab a house, get it all prepped, and in the kitchen we'd have a garbage disposal. And while they're great, when there's nobody who cares about what's going down those lines, nobody who cares about being responsible for what's in the lines, you don't want all that food going into the lines. Not only that, they get broken, they get torn up. It's not unusual for them to only last a year in situations. That's the luck I've had with them. So these are just anecdotal. These are just my personal observation, but I avoid those three things: storage sheds, garbage disposals, and dishwashers. they just cost you money. I mean, you can replace a dishwasher, pull it out, throw a cabinet in there, some shelving. It costs you nothing. I mean, it's virtually nothing to rehab that into a cabinet space or a shelf space. But I guarantee you, if you've got to change out a dishwasher, you've got the $400 for the dishwasher plus the labor, or, you know, your time to do it if you're a DIYer, or, you know, it's just unnecessary. The same goes for your garbage disposals. They eat up your time, and they put a lot of waste down the pipes that you really don't want there. You know, obviously it doesn't keep them from pouring the grease down, but you know, that is what it is. That's a landlord issue. You know, you talk about these things, and so anyhow, that was just my thoughts for the day. I was just heading into town and wanted to share 3 things that I avoid. So, you know, it's just a matter that they will cost you money, and it's just completely unnecessary. So have a great day. Thanks for watching.